Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jonathan Habersham. I'm originally from Jacksonville, Florida. I'm currently residing in Little Rock, Arkansas. Today in my audience we have
Coleman 22.
Billy 19.
Leanne, 19.
Nicole, 23. The kid, 23.
Imagine yourself as a highly talented athlete at the ripe age of 14. You get a full ride scholarship to a top-ranked university. You then proceed to enroll into that university at the ripe age of 18, and during your first practice, you suffer a major injury. The team physician carefully evaluates the injury and says, with a little physical therapy, everything will be just fine. A year passes of physical therapy. You're still dealing with severe knee pain. Another year passes. You're still dealing with the same knee pain. This became a reality for Mr. Kyle Ardrick, a highly touted recruit at the ripe age of 14 who received a full ride scholarship to the University of Oklahoma. He then proceeded to attend the University of Oklahoma in 2009, in which he suffered a major knee injury by his teammate, Mr. Gallen, roughly 300 pounds, who landed on his right knee. In 2011, Kyle received an MRI which showed that he had a torn meniscus. Though the University of Oklahoma insisted he have the test, they disputed the results and stated that they would not pay for any type of surgery. So his mother, being a sensible lady, said, "Baby, I'll put you on our own family insurance." So then he proceeded to have the surgery. And with his health in question, his scholarship was stripped from the University of Oklahoma, and now he's trying to battle, make it into the world with severe knee pain. Kyle's story is one of many in which the NCAA shows its injustice upon young men and women without being reprimanded. In this speech, I'll illustrate my views on why college athletes should receive compensation for their hard work and dedication that they put on the field as well as off the field. College athletes are constantly being exploited, being marketed without getting any type of compensation, any type of security if they were injured. According to an audit recently done by USA Today, the NCAA is losing $989 million annually just off of collegiate sports. That's roughly $1 billion. And yet only 2% of college athletes receive a full ride scholarship. This roughly takes care of $11,000 in tuition. Many argue that the millions of dollars spent on athletic scholarships should be enough compensation for an athlete. Yet data from the NCAA shows 16.2% of the annual income is put towards the tuition. The rest is paid for coaches' salaries, facilities, and travel expenses by each team. Notable contracts that receive majority of the compensation. Calipari's $52 million 7-year extension. Coach Krzyzewski's annual $10 million contract. And Rick Pitino's $5.8 million contract. In fact, most of the coaches have multiple streams of income from camps, appearances, radio shows, apparel deals, and bonuses received from their team actually taking them deep into the playoffs or winning the championship. Now that you're aware of the injustice experienced by the young men and women and college athletes, I'll play you a video to shed some more light.
Take place annually in a dystopian future. Not every march sponsored by Coca-Cola on CBS. The NCAA insists that student athletes cannot be paid because they're amateurs. And though they've slightly softened their rules on food, among other things, in the last year, they still exercise a ridiculous amount of control over players.
Before they're allowed to compete, athletes have to sign this form saying that they are amateurs. They give up any compensation for playing and promise to abide by all the rules in this 440-page manual.
A 400-odd-page manual of rules. The only other thing that has that many finicky little rules would be a sex party at Wes Anderson.
Now let's look how the NCAA is able to continue their acts. As discussed by the video by John Oliver, students sign a contract. They have to abide by that contract, giving up ownership to their own name and entitlement. In 1950, Mr. Walter Byers, the head of the NCAA at the time, created the term student athlete. The term played a major role in 1950 when the widow of Ray Denson, college football star at the University of Colorado, suffered a head injury on the field. His wife at the time then filed a plaintiff for workers' comp in order to try to pay for the funeral costs and try to shed some light on her grievance that she was experiencing at the time. The Colorado Supreme Court then sided with the University of Colorado, stating that student athlete is not an employee, but this can be misconstrued. For someone who's not an employee to spend, students that are not considered an employee still work a full schedule. A survey recently stated that the average football star spends about 43.5 hours on the field per week. The average men's basketball star spends about 39.5 hours. Baseball, 42. Women's basketball, 37. For someone who's not a full-time employee, be sure to work those hours. Huge time commitment by these athletes are taken away from their studies. So the promised education that are given as compensation is not being used. Recent scrutiny came on the University of North Carolina, who enrolled their football stars into what is known as paper courses. So during the summer, when their students have a low GPA, they take quote-unquote easy courses in order to boost their GPA up so they're academically eligible to play in sports. So during the summer, African Americans will be enrolled in the course, a Swahili course, to learn the language and pick up some knowledge as well as pick up the GPA. So I'm also here to offer a solution. So today's sports, when hard work is not compensated, you're not able to have ownership of your own name, and you're being constantly mishandled by an organization that makes almost $1 billion off of your hard work. So I'm here to offer a solution. Allow student athletes to have ownership of their own name, be able to market themselves, whether it's just a percentage of their jersey sales, be able to sign an autograph to take care of their families at home. Or simply do it off incentive bonuses, rushing stats, passing stats, academic achievements, being able to balance both. If we don't find a solution to fix this problem, we'll lose out on competitive collegiate sports. As examples have shown in the past, examples like Brandon Jennings, who forego his college season at the University of Arizona to play overseas to honor that 1 year of either professional sports or collegiate talent. Or Jeremy Tyler, who forego his senior year of high school to attend high school overseas to again uphold to that 1 year of professional sports or 1 year of college. Thank you for your time. This concludes my speech.